Today I am going to show you how to make a crunch wrap. This is a Taco Bell copycat recipe. Now, it's going to save you a lot of gas money to go to Taco Bell because you can just make it right at home. The first thing that we want to get started is the ground beef because that is one of the layers in the crunch wrap. So you just need a large skillet. We're going to put it on medium-high heat. And we're going to get the ground beef going. Now, I love onion in my ground beef when I do any kind of taco dishes. So I'm going to add just a little slurry of some cooking oil. You can totally skip the onion step, but I'm telling you, it adds a nice kind of sweetness to it. I just diced this up. Love that sizzle. Okay, you want to soften these down for about 2 to 3 minutes. Give them a nice little color and they'll be really delicious. Okay, the onions are smelling delicious. We're going to go ahead now. I'm going to add in 1.5 pounds of ground beef. Okay, I'm going to break it up, and then we're going to cook it until the ground beef is no longer pink and nice and brown. Okay, I've pushed the meat off to the side now that it's all browned up. I'm just going to take some paper towels, take that grease out. This is a really fast and easy way to do it. That way you don't have to use another dish. All done. Okay, we're going to go ahead now and season our ground beef. I'm going to be using some taco seasoning. Now you can use like a pack and a half or 1.5 pounds of ground beef if you're using the one that you get from the store. I have a homemade blend that I use, that I make. I'm going to use about 4 tablespoons to flavor this. Now my homemade taco seasoning blend, you can find the recipe on my blog, catherinesplates.com. I even have a video for it on YouTube if you want to check that out. We're going to add a 1/4 cup of water. Kind of help get that absorbed into the meat. Now I'm going to add a little bit of black pepper and salt. All right, we're going to stir this all together. All right, once you got it all mixed together, we're going to turn off the heat and let it sit. Okay, now what we're going to do is get everything ready that we're going to put inside of the crunch wrap together. I've got some salsa con queso. It's just a cheese sauce, and you can use any kind of cheese sauce that you want. If you have like a cheddar cheese sauce, nacho cheese sauce, or a dip. So this is already flavored with some salsa in it. We're going to place this in the microwave for 1 minute just to heat it up and get it cooked through. Okay, next we have tomatoes and lettuce. We're definitely going to put those inside there. I'm going to take a tomato. I'm going to slice it about 3/4 of the way through, almost to the bottom of it. We're going to turn it around, and we're going to slice it again, the same way, 3/4 of the way through to the bottom. Just turn it on its side, and then we're going to slice through the slices to make dices. Kind of like you're dicing an onion. I think we're going to do 2 of them. Use a very sharp knife, that helps to get through the slices without losing a lot of the juice. There we go. Okay, I have a head of iceberg lettuce. I'm just going to do about 1/4 of this, and I'm just going to shred it very finely and then turn it around and have a nice fine, small, thin strips. All right, I've got some olives. These are whole olives, so I'm just going to give these a chop. If you have them already diced, that's perfectly fine. I'm not going to do very many because not a lot of people in my house like olives. We're building our board here, so it's all ready to go once we start the crunch wraps. Sour cream. And our cheese sauce. All right, we've got our meat, we've got our toppings. Let's go ahead now and build our crunch wrap. First thing you're going to need are these burrito size flour tortillas. These are around 11 inches. Then you're going to need some tostadas. Now, these are yellow corn. They're flat and they're crunchy. They're about 5 inches round. Now, heat up your tortillas in the microwave. You can just, to make them more pliable, so you can put them on your paper plate or microwave safe plate. Take a paper towel, wet it a little bit, put it on top, and then put it in for 20 seconds. We're going to lay down our burrito-sized tortilla. Okay, we're going to take the cheese sauce and place 2 tablespoons in the center. We're going to place half a cup of the meat mixture on top of the cheese. All right, we're going to place the tostada shell on top of the meat mixture very carefully. We're going to put 1 tablespoon of sour cream on the tostada and then just kind of spread it carefully. And then we're going to top it with some lettuce, some tomato, and some olives. Okay, we're going to top that with a sprinkling of Mexican cheese blend. Now we're going to fold this. Go to the bottom of your tortilla, bring it up, and then go all the way around. Keep folding. And what we're going to do is flip it over. And get our grill ready. Okay, now what we want to do is get these crunch wraps nice and toasty. I'm going to be using just my griddle here so that I can get them all on here and get them done lickety-split. Or you can even do them in a frying pan, not a problem. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get this nice and hot. When I say nice and hot, just put it on a medium heat. Once it starts getting a little warm, we're going to add some non-stick cooking spray. Now I'm just using an avocado spray. That's the only ingredient in here. Okay, you want to put your crunch wraps on your griddle or your frying pan, seam side down first. That'll lock the seams in and then it won't spill out. Okay, it's going to take about 2 to 3 minutes on one side, and we're just going to keep checking every so often to make sure that it's nice and golden brown and that we're not burning them. Okay, y'all, tell me what's going in your crunch wraps. My husband's going to come in here and make his own, and he's going to be putting some jalapenos in them. Yeah? Oh yeah, it's getting there. Okay, y'all hear that sizzling going on? Must be hotter on this side of my grill. This one's ready to flip. So just take it, flip it over. Look at that color. Yeah. All right, 2 to 3 minutes on these. Just keep checking the back side and making sure they're nice and golden brown. And we're going to finish this one off here. Look at that. We're going to take these off. I'm going to consider that one done. It's nice and golden brown on all sides. You know, sometimes they may burst, but they stay together, which is great. Because you got the cheese in there holding everything together on both sides. What a fun way to eat a Taco Bell Copycat Crunch Wrap. Right in your home, something you made. We're going to take our crunch wrap and we're going to take a sharp knife and cut right through it. Oh, did y'all hear that crunch? Yeah. Y'all want to take a look? Oh. Here's my bite. Mmm. That is so darn close to Taco Bell, but you can make your own. Mmm. Today is Mexican Day at our house. We are going to show you how to make an Enchirito.
Yay!
Now I got Thomas, my husband, in the kitchen.
Hey.
And Enchirito is one of his only favorites at Taco Bell.
And then they took it away and they made me sad.
So we have to make one for him. Now, a couple of weeks ago, I showed y'all a Mexican pizza from Taco Bell, and also before that, I showed you how to make a crunch wrap from Taco Bell, both copycat recipes. So I asked y'all for another recipe that I could do for you from Taco Bell, and this was an overwhelming response.
Oh man.
He's happy.
Yeah, I am.
So I'm going to let Thomas tell you what is an Enchirito.
It's a burrito and an enchilada that became friends.
And it's really easy to make. You're not going to believe this, all right? So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to have Thomas start browning up. We got 2 pounds of ground beef just in a regular skillet here, so we're going to start browning that up. Now, an Enchirito has onions with it, but we're going to dice it up and we're going to cook the onion in with the ground beef to kind of soften up the onion. All right, you ready?
Where's the meat masher?
He needs a meat masher. Here we go. Now, depending on how many Enchiritos you want to make is how much ground beef you're going to make. Now, we're a family of 4, and we'll eat a lot of Enchiritos. So,
At least 2.
yeah. So we're going to go ahead with the 2 pounds of ground beef. Now, if we don't need it all, that's great, because we can just put the leftover cooked taco meat into the refrigerator and use it for something else later.
The tacos.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and dice up an onion. Just going to cut off the ends. Cut off that outer layer. We're going to cut it in half. Make slices, very thin. And then just run your knife through it. I think this is good right here. We're going to take the onion and add it to the ground beef. And then what we'll do is soften down the onion as we finish cooking up the ground beef.
I don't think it's broke up enough.
Our ground beef and onion are almost done. So what we're going to do is flavor this with some taco seasoning. And I have my big jar of it. Look at that. Make your own homemade blend. It's so easy to make, and then you have it on hand and you don't have to go buy the packets at the store. But if you don't have your own homemade blend or you don't want to make it, you can certainly use a packet of taco seasoning and put it into your ground beef. 2 packets if you're doing the 2 pounds, or 6 tablespoons if you're doing homemade taco seasoning. All right, this is what it looks like. All natural. Go check out my recipe. It's on catherinesplates.com, called Taco Seasoning Big Batch. All right, let's add it. Make sure you drain your ground beef before you do this step, which we did. One more. There we go. All right, we're going to blend that all together, and we're going to add a 1/4 cup of water. Once you get that all mixed up, we're going to turn the burner off, and we're going to let this sit for a few minutes while we heat up our beans. We are going to be doing refried beans. We're just going to heat these up, and I'm going to doctor them up with some flavor. All right.
Man overboard.
Uh-oh.
Glad dog's not
All right,
down.
we're going to fix that up, and then we're going to be right back. All right, Thomas is going to open up 1 can of refried beans. It's about a 14-ounce can. And then we're going to doctor it up with a little bit of sour cream and a little bit of taco seasoning. We're going to flavor all layers. That's how it is at Catherine's Plates.
Spurtle will work nicely.
All right, he went to go get a Spurtle.
Spurtle.
Show them the spurtle.
Spurtle. Spurtle.
Now, if you like the things that we use in my kitchen, you can find it in my storefront. It's Amazon, and I'll link it down below in the description box. You can also find it at catherinesplates.com in the store tab. All of the tools that I use in my kitchen, and also tools that I wish I had in my kitchen, are there also. I'll build up one day.
One day.
You know, Christmas is right around the corner. All right, let's go ahead and add some sour cream, just a couple of tablespoons. Lighten that up. And 2. There we go. And then we'll add about a half a tablespoon of taco seasoning. All right, we're going to mix that up, heat it through, and then that'll be done. We're going to turn off the burner. We're going to start making our enchiritos. What you're going to need are burrito-sized tortillas.
See how big?
Pretty big. So we're going to lay that on first off, you're going to take a paper towel. Now I've wet this. I'm going to place half of it on the plate. We're going to place our tortilla on. And then you can put another paper towel right across that. And you can just start layering these up. Depends on how quick you want to make these. These will soften the tortillas up and make them really easy to roll. Like that there. All right, we're going to show you our burrito grande tortillas. This is what we use right here. They come 10 to a pack, so you want to base it off of that. Probably like 2 a person.
Unless you're me. Then it's 3.
We're going to pop these in the microwave for about 10 to 15 seconds just to get them nice and warm, easily pliable. We've got our tortillas. Now, we've found that 30 seconds in the microwave really helps make them pliable. So, all right, we've got our refried beans.
Beans.
We've got our taco meat.
Yummy.
We've got our tortillas. Now, what we also have that you want to have ready is your red enchilada sauce. That's an original for Taco Bell's Enchiritos. So I've just poured it into a measuring cup. That way it's easy to pour. And then we have some cheese. I've got shredded cheddar cheese, and we've also got some Monterey Jack cheese that I found in the refrigerator. So we can mix those two, and that'll be pretty good. Mm-hmm. All right, let's go ahead and start building our Enchirito. All right, we've got a microwave safe plate. We're going to place our grande tortilla on it. We're going to add plenty of beans, about 2 tablespoons of beans, right in the center, like a line. Just spread it out like a line. There we go.
You had your own tool for that. Yummy.
Okay. Then we're going to put 2 tablespoons or so, maybe 3, of the ground beef taco mixture on top of the beans.
Yeah, it's probably going to be maybe 4.
As much as you want. With 2 pounds of ground beef, there's plenty there.
You think that enough?
Yep, that's enough. What we're going to do now is you want to pull in your sides. And then you're going to take the front end of your tortilla, bring it over the sides, kind of tuck it in, and you're going to start rolling. There we go. You want the seam side down. Like
that looks
that.
good already.
You're going to take your red enchilada sauce. We're going to pour it over the top. Be generous. Make sure you have plenty of cans. You want to cover it. Makes a nice sauce. There you go.
My tummy growling. Can y'all hear that?
I'm going to put a little bit of Monterey Jack cheese across the top. Sharp cheddar cheese right across the top. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Look at that. All right, we're going to put our Enchirito into the microwave for 1 to 2 minutes until that cheese is nice and melted. All right, there it is. We're gonna decorate this up. Have sour cream, black olives.
Y'all remember Taco Bell would just give you one olive right there.
Yeah. This is
Hey,
Catherine's plates though.
Used to make me mad.
We're putting olives on it.
Like, really? One olive? Come on, Taco Bell.
Put some in the
Quit being
sauce.
cheap.
They brought them back, the Enchirito. Have
Yeah.
y'all been out to go get the new Enchirito? Make your own. And Thomas loves cilantro. We're gonna give it a little bit of color here. There we go. Our copycat Taco Bell Enchirito.
Yum.
It's a cross between a burrito and an enchilada. What do y'all think? Y'all ready
Yum.
for Thomas to get a fork and a knife and dive in?
Yes, we are.
Let's go.
Nice and soft.
Ooh, what a cheese.
Very cheesy. Yummy.
There we go. All right, does that remind you of an Enchirito?
Mm-hmm.
No reason to go to Taco Bell. I have given y'all 3 different recipes from Taco Bell. We're bringing out another one.
Taco Bell gonna be mad at you.
Maybe. What do you think? Good? You like the onions cooked in with the ground beef and that taco seasoning? Doing good, y'all. What's good about an Enchirito is if you don't like beans, like I don't like beans, you can add a little bit of cheese on the bottom of the tortilla, add your meat, and then roll it, and then put the cheese on top. So, I mean, if you have taco chicken, you can do that with this also. You can put the chicken in there. Make sure it's cooked. But yeah, you can do all kinds of things with this. Y'all let us know down in the comment section how you're gonna put your Enchirito together.
This is a winner.
Oh, yay! All right, y'all, you got it. Give us a thumbs up. Today I'm gonna show you how to make Taco Bell's Mexican pizza. This is a copycat recipe. It's a quick and easy lunch or dinner idea, and it's one of my favorite menu items. Y'all come on up. I'm gonna show you the ingredients, and we're gonna put this one together. Ground beef, taco seasoning, homemade, or you can get the packet of taco seasoning. Shredded cheese. We've got refried beans, enchilada sauce, olives. We've got some salsa, flour tortillas, got cooking oil. Now I've diced up an onion that I'm going to be using for the ground beef, and then we've got tomatoes and green onions to garnish with. First thing we're going to do is start getting the meat ready. So what we're going to do is place a large skillet over medium-high heat. I'm using 2 pounds of ground beef. We're going to place that into our pan. Now what I'm going to do is start breaking it up. I'm using a meat masher here, or a meat chopper. It's really good for ground meats and breaking it up really fine, which is what we want. We want a nice thin consistency with the meat. So we're going to keep breaking up the meat and smashing it down until it kind of breaks apart really fine. Now that I got it all broken up, we're going to go ahead and add 1 yellow onion that I've diced up. It'll start softening down as the ground beef is cooking. That's just flavor. I'm going to finish cooking this down, breaking up the ground beef really good, softening down the onion, and then I'm going to bring you back. Okay, it's all browned up. We're going to go ahead and drain off any excess grease. I just like to place some paper towels in, saves a bowl. Now for every pound of ground beef that you're cooking, you're going to need 1 package of taco seasoning or 3 tablespoons of homemade taco blend. Now this is my homemade blend here. I'll link down the recipe for it if you would like it. It's really good if you're making a lot of Mexican dishes. So I'm going to be putting in 6 tablespoons, or you can put in 2 packages if you're doing the 2 pounds of ground beef. Now you can find my recipe also on my recipe blog, catherinesplates.com. I'm going to stir that in. Now I'm not putting any water in, kind of keeping it dry. We're going to cook this down for 1 more minute. Get that ground beef all seasoned up. I'm going to place this on my back burner and we're going to bring over another skillet. Place it on medium-high heat. We're going to start heating this up. We're going to put about 2 tablespoons of cooking oil into the bottom of our skillet. I'm using an avocado oil, or you can use a Crisco oil, a canola oil. That'll work just fine. We're going to start heating this up. You want it nice and hot. Keep your oil on hand. We're going to be using regular size flour tortillas. And what we're going to do is brown these up and get them nice and crisp. Now what you want to have on hand while that's happening is a large sheet pan, and then just put a rack on it so that you can place your tortillas on them once they come out of the oil, just to drain them a little bit. And then some tongs, and then just something to flip your tortillas over with. We're going to be looking for a little shimmer in the oil to let us know that it's hot. And also, you're going to need 2 flour tortillas for each pizza that you're going to make. All right, we got a simmer going on. Lay that in there. You want to keep spinning it, that way it's not just sitting in the same spot. You can get a knife, poke a few holes in your tortilla so they don't balloon up on you. Now it's not going to take very long. There we go, perfect. Just keep an eye on it just a few seconds. Keep peeking at it. I'm going to use some tongs here. Oh, perfect right there. See the colors? All right, I'm going to keep doing these until I get all of them that I need. Make sure you have enough oil in there. Take your knife, keep spinning them. Perfect. So the beans are kind of like the glue that hold everything together. I'm using just traditional refried beans, and it's a 16-ounce can. Just put it into a medium pot. Now I put in about 1 tablespoon of sour cream, 1 tablespoon of some taco seasoning. That way we're flavoring our beans. I'm just going to heat these through. Should just take a few minutes. And then right next to it, I'm just heating up really quickly a can of red enchilada sauce. It's the mild version, and it is 10 ounces. Okay, I've got everything here. We're going to start building up our Mexican pizza. Got the refried beans, enchilada sauce, the ground beef mixture, shredded cheese, tomatoes, green onions that I've diced up, and then we've got our crispy shells. Yeah, nice and crispy. All right, let's build this one up. We're going to start off with our shell. Put a big tablespoon or so on the middle of our tortilla, and then we're going to smear it around. Full coverage. We're going to put our ground meat mixture right on top. Full coverage. I'm going to sprinkle some cheese on top. This will serve as the glue for the top of the shell. So you don't need too much on here. We're going to put another shell on top. Now be careful, you don't want to break them. We're going to pour enchilada sauce on top. Just going to use a pastry brush, give it full coverage. All right, I'm going to put some cheddar cheese on top. Want lots of cheese. And then I'm going to put some Mexican cheese blend on top of the cheddar cheese. Load it up. We can put some black olives on top. Some diced tomatoes. Some green onion. I'm going to go underneath of it with just a pastry scraper. Pull the whole thing up, place it onto a sheet pan that I've lined with some parchment paper. Then I'm going to create the other 3. Now, if you haven't seen my taco crunch wrap, that was another copycat Taco Bell recipe. I'll link it down below in my description box. That was another good one. And if you have something else that you like at Taco Bell that you want me to do a copycat recipe on, let me know down in the comments. We're going to pop these in the oven that I've preheated at 375 degrees for about 5 to 7 minutes until that cheese is nice and melted. All right, I've just pulled these out of the oven. Look how delicious those look. Which one is yours? Now, the one without olives is my daughter's. Okay, we're going to cut our Mexican pizza with a pizza cutter. All right, what do y'all think? Let's take a bite and give it a try. That is good. Who's making these? Now, I tend to do mine without beans. So you can do a layer of cheese with the meat and then the cheese again, because that will hold as the glue on both sides of it if you don't like the beans. Otherwise, do it like the beans. Make these right here. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and that bell notification. That way you'll always know when my shows are posted. Don't forget my thumbs up and comment down below. Y'all, I will see y'all on the next episode.